Well, SCIK9, creators of the revolutionary canine training aid delivery device called TADD, have expanded into Australia via Tactix K9. The TAD keeps scent detection dogs safe from hazardous materials during their training. And this technology is even being used in the USA to safely train COVID-19 detection dogs. Here to tell us more is Chief Scientific Officer Michelle Morn. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Look, tell us a little bit about this. What exactly is the TAD and how is it helping dogs during their training?
Yeah, so the TAD is this very simplistic looking jar which keeps dogs safe by having this protective grid here and this membrane inside of this, which is odor permeable, meaning that it only allows the odor of the training aid to emanate outside of the jar. And so what that does is it protects the dogs from the training aid substance, which can be any sort of hazardous material. And what that really enables dogs to do is to train on potentially infectious samples from the COVID-19 positive patients, and anything from some of the fentanyl and really nasty narcotic training aids to explosives and all sorts of other training aids.
Okay, so I mean, this sounds incredibly complicated. How much work and time has gone into the research and development of this?
Well, it started back in 2013, so if that gives you any idea. We're still patent pending, meaning that process has been over 5 years in the making. So it's been a long process. It took a lot of iterations, probably hundreds of iterations of the jars and prototypes to get to the point where it would be rugged enough to handle everyday canine training, but also, simplistic enough so that everyone could use it and it not break or it not be too complicated for just anyone to use it. Because it was created in a laboratory environment, it was really being used just by scientists, but we knew that if we were going to go from bench to battlefield, that we needed to make it so that anyone could be able to use and operate this.
So explain a little bit more about how dogs are helping with COVID-19 detection. How does this all work?
Right, so we're lucky to collaborate with some of the best universities and dog trainer professionals in the world. And we are getting samples from patients that are volunteering their clothing right now, actually, which smells like them, and it smells like the disease state of COVID-19. And we train the dogs on that human body odor, that perspiration, and the metabolites that they are producing in response to infection. And the dogs are picking up the odor and the differences between an infected individual and someone who does not have the SARS-CoV-2 virus.
This is incredible. So is this going to be the new tool that we hear about in the fight against the coronavirus?
I believe it's one of the many tools. And so we look at biosecurity just like we look at physical security as a layer of layers. And so we like to think of the dog as just one of the many layers that would be included in fever checks, questionnaires, and then also some of that PCR testing that we're doing and all of the other sorts of cool toys and tests that are out there.
Well, it sounds like incredible technology. Thanks for sharing some of your insight on this morning, Michelle. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Michelle.